guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, lovealadijonnaise. Super happy, I'm Feli. Welcome, guys. And thank you so much for all the support you have provided us in the past episodes and during this second season that we are extremely happy to be working on it. Sam, my love, welcome. How are you?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode, and also thank you from my part for all the support you've been providing us. I'm fine, my love. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that we're having cloudy weather. As you guys know, I love cloudy weather, cold, foggy, windy, and snowy, I pray.
Oh my god, you and your weather. But I agree, it's better than 38 degrees and
Horrible.
You can't even take your skin off. I
Horrible,
know.
it's like hell for me. Having that weather is like hell.
I agree.
But well, guys, today we came here with a very interesting, as usual. I know I always say it, usually I say with a very interesting topic, but it's true. But very personal.
Yes. The topic, today's topic is, what would you tell your younger self?
Yes. What would you tell regarding what?
Let me explain.
Yes.
Of course, we can't change anymore because we are 24 years old. But what our main idea with this episode is to help some of you, someone from whoever, at least one person. Maybe you need to hear a couple of advices we would tell our younger selves, and you can take them and you can change your life, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Basically, this episode, we are recording it as an invitation for all of you guys that you're listening to us. This is an invitation for you to ask yourself...
What? What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah, the same question we are asking ourselves today. So, to begin, I would like my dear girlfriend to start. What would you tell your younger self?
Well, first of all, I would tell my younger self not to be shy, or more specifically, not to be scared to do things.
Okay.
Now, meaning, why would I tell that my younger self is like, because I feel when I was a child, I wasn't that young. It came more like as a teenager and those type of things when I was in that age. But because I feel like I could have enjoyed my teenage years more.
Yeah.
Because you told me stories of your teenage years, and I'm like, could have enjoyed more, probably. But of course, I was one of those that was always in my own bubble, shy and scared of taking opportunities. And it actually affects me now because I'm still that kind of person that I need longer time to let new people into my life. And I'm still scared to like talk to new people and those type of things. And I wish I wasn't like that. I wish I was more like outgoing. And I wish I could have like just said, okay, that's it. I know I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go and talk to a new person.
Yeah.
Because that's still affecting me now.
Yeah, but I also think teenage years are tough. They're very tough.
Yes, they are
hard.
tough. But for example, okay, you might be shy in teenage years, but you completely change now and you're super social butterfly. But for some of us, we stay the same.
No, I know.
And
yeah.
that would be my advice to my younger self. Just take the opportunity if you see it and grab the opportunity, and that's it. Don't be scared, because that's why we have opportunities in this life.
Yeah, in this life. And I can tell you that it's not only about when you were a child. Maybe now you can still tell yourself that, and every person we could be telling that to ourselves, because like by being scared we lose opportunities.
Yes, and I wish I could have taken more.
Yeah. What else would you tell your inner child? Your inner child.
Your
younger.
Oh.
Yeah.
My younger self. I would tell my younger self that don't get upset if things don't work perfectly. Yay!
Yes. But right now as well.
Right now as well, because surprise, surprise, still having the same problem.
Yeah.
No, but like, I think I've gotten a bit better over the years. That for sure. But it's just like, I would say, listen, if it doesn't work, doesn't work. Why are you getting upset and anxious because of stuff? Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna be in bad mood, in like hurt and those type of things.
Yeah.
You're gonna make yourself feel bad. Just get over it.
No, I know. I mean, for those ones that you don't know Sam in person, I mean, she's a perfectionist, and there's anything wrong on that. Actually, being perfectionist is, I consider it at some point is very good, because literally, I'm telling you this because I'm not a perfectionist person, and sometimes I know that I can do better, but still, because I'm not a perfectionist, I stay like that, and it's actually very comfortable. But by the time that you start growing, you start realizing that no, that you have more potential to do things better. So I consider being a perfectionist is an asset, and
but to some point,
yeah, at some point,
not to exaggerate.
It's a skill. It's actually something very good that a person can have in perfectionism. But I think, like, and as I've been telling you already for some time, there's a moment that you just can do more, because as I always have believed, life is not perfect and no one's perfect. So being perfectionist is very good, because actually it's gonna push you to do things better than the most part of the world.
Yes.
But also the problem comes when you realize that things are not perfect, because it annoys you.
Yeah, it starts annoying you, and sometimes I still have this problem. And before I had it even more. Now I think I got a bit better, a bit chill. Still have a long way to go, I admit that, yes. But it's just like, don't upset yourself over things that actually don't have that importance.
No, they don't have that importance, and they're not gonna benefit you in anything. Because, I mean, as I already had told you a lot of times, I mean, yes, you can try to do things perfectly, and the result is gonna be amazing for the attempt you did, but it won't be that perfect as you always imagine. Why? Because life is just not perfect. Things are not perfect.
Yes, we all need to learn.
Yes, so it's very important, and I always had believed that sometimes we are very hard to ourselves. We push ourselves, and we are asking to ourselves more than we actually can give. And because we're always looking for that perfection that doesn't exist, that magical world where everything works perfectly, we spend most of our lives annoyed and demotivated and everything. And that's why I actually believe there are a lot of people out there in the world with depression.
Yes, because they're always in a bad mood, sadly, but that's true.
Yeah.
But those are my two things I would tell myself. Just, get out of your bubble. And don't get upset about things that don't even matter.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up being in a bad mood and just ruin your day.
Mm-hmm. No, I know. It's actually very important, because you can ruin your day in a second, basically. You can do something, and that was it with the day. As whenever you and me, we have an argument or something, we always say,
that was it with the day.
That was it with the day. And we know that, of course not. It's like a tiny joke that we have whenever we are getting annoyed because of something, and we always say that was it for the day. But at the end of the day, we know that in half an hour everything is gonna be solved, because we're gonna talk, and that has to be actually with the first episode of this season.
Yes.
Like literally having the time to talk and solve those awkward conversations. It's very important. But now, I think I will tell a lot of things to my to my younger self.
Obviously, but you can't all of them.
If I will have to choose something, I will tell to my younger self will be believe more in yourself. I think that when I was a child, and especially during teenage years, that they're very hard actually. I didn't used to believe in myself. I used to believe that I wasn't capable enough of doing great things. Because I used to see people that they were having success on something. I knew maybe I couldn't, but because I wasn't putting the effort in it. Something very stupid like maths. I used to get very depressed because of math. I mean, I know that it's not easy for me. I'm not a person that is very easy maths and those type of logical things. Why? I don't know, but it's just not easy. But at the same time, whenever I used to see someone that was doing great, I used to get depressed, and I used to always tell myself, "Oh, dude, you can't do this. You're stupid."
Because your brain tricked you. Your mind wanted you to think that. As we have another episode, mind is a powerful thing.
Yeah, mind is very powerful. So that will be actually the first thing I will tell myself. Like, to believe more in myself, like I'm capable enough of doing things I've never tried. And for example, I can before I used to feel I was actually bad with English when I was a child, because for me it was hard. And always I remember, like, my mom always, because she was the one that always used to support me, and she was like, you have a skill, you have a talent for languages, why don't you just develop it? And I never told her, but I used to believe that I sucked for languages. Why? Because whenever I used to say a word that was, I mean, a wrong word, or I didn't used to speak properly, I used to be like, I'm not capable enough of speaking English. And here I am now with a podcast in English. And then I started realizing that I was capable enough of learning languages, and that's when I learned French, and now that I'm learning German. But it was the thing that, being by myself, I was telling myself, you're not capable enough of literally speaking languages.
And do you have anything else that you would tell your younger
I
self?
told you, I will have actually
I know
a lot of
plenty
things.
of things. But another important thing.
I will actually think about not taking things too serious. Whenever I used to worry
not
about,
to, take
to
it
myself, like whenever someone, especially with girls, and you already know this part of
so
my life.
cute.
Yes, since I was in a primary school that didn't have girls, then I entered into middle high school, the same middle high school, in the same school. But the thing is, like, girls enter into middle high school. I never kind of developed that skill, if you want to call it like that, to talk to girls. And whenever I used to talk to a girl and I didn't know how to do it, I used to take it super personal, you know?
That's what I was about to say. Don't take things too personal.
Too personal. And I used to believe, like, no one likes me. Girls think that I'm stupid. I never know what to talk to them. And I always used to ask help to my friends, the ones that I used to see they were doing great with girls, not for getting girlfriends, but for getting friends. And they always used to tell me, like, oh, but be yourself. And I was like, but that's a problem. If I'm myself, I'm not gonna be able to talk to them.
No, you used to take it too personal.
Yeah, too personal. So I think it will be one of the things I told you. It will be a lot more. Another thing that I will actually tell myself, my younger self, will be love yourself more, regarding the way I used to perceive myself, like on a physical and an emotional way.
That's very important. I think every one of us would actually tell that to your younger self, or majority of us.
Majority, because I remember, I've never been, when I was a child, a child 4 years old, more or less. I was very skinny, my mom says, and I remember pictures. And then I started getting weight, and I've never been a fat guy, but also I haven't been a skinny guy. I'm literally
in the middle. Your normal weight.
Normal weight.
Healthy for your height and age.
Sometimes I'm very dramatic and I start saying I'm fat.
Very dramatic.
Yeah, but I know I'm not fat. I'm literally as I was when I was, 12.
You're your normal self.
Yeah, my normal self. But the thing is, of course, with the time that we start growing, you start seeing there are some guys, in my case, that I see guys, for example, that they start getting, of course, the muscles, and they start getting literally nice summer bodies. And of course, during teenage years, and I always started telling myself, I'm super ugly, I'm disgusting, because I don't have my abs,
horrible
and all
words.
those things. Because the thing is, I didn't love myself in the physical way, for example. And then what happens when you don't love yourself in the physical way?
You hurt yourself mentally.
Mentally and emotionally. So I will tell myself, love yourself a bit more, because I'm not bad.
I would also tell them myself, my younger self, love yourself more. But because I'm for a European, very short.
Yes.
And everyone, yes, and everyone always used to tease me for that. And it's just fine, okay, you tease me, but it affects you mentally at some point, because it's a lot. And also because I used to have a big problem with my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just seeing my other friends and classmates, the girls, also the guys, they had prettier skin than me. And I was like, why me? And I hated my skin. I couldn't go out of the house without makeup. and now I'm fine. But like, I wish I could have just accepted myself the way I am.
Yeah, I think we all have those type of problems, especially with those teenage years that we start having a lot of problems with skin. I also used to have problems with skin and everything.
All of us. Some of us more, some less.
Yeah, some less, some others they had a huge problem. So you never know. What I believe is that always there is someone that would like to be in your position.
Oh yes.
Yes. So I don't know, but there are a couple of things. But now, for example, let's now talk about what will your, I don't know, younger self will say about you, will tell you.
Tell your older self.
Yeah.
If I think about me as a child, I would say myself, don't stop dreaming in your like imagination and that. Just whatever you're dreaming about, think that is possible. That take it as your goal and then you can reach it. I would say that to myself. Never stop dreaming. Always chase your dreams.
Yeah, chase your dream. I think like my younger self would tell me the same, but I also think that my younger self will be like, don't stop being creative, because sometimes because society, job, and other people tell you, oh no, you need to focus on this and that and that, and they start taking away your projects away from you. So I think like my younger self would tell me, stop doing that and keeping creative, because
focus on your creativity,
on your projects and creativity is where you're gonna find actually what makes you happy.
Yes, that was also my point with imagination type of thing. Basically, imagination helps us to be creative.
Yeah, always. And for example, do you think like your younger self is happy about who you are right now? For example, let's say like there's this tiny Sam, and tiny Sam is looking at this 24-year-old Sam. What do you think this tiny Sam is saying now?
I think in general she's happy, but she would say some things like, you can do in some aspects of your personality better and change the way you, I don't know, see the world or receive some comments, criticism, and those type of things. And as I said, don't stop dreaming and having your imagination.
I think like my tiny fella will say like, keep playing, but not playing like literally playing as a child, but keep playing meaning on the way that keep creating things, keep thinking that you're capable enough of doing things. Because when I was a child, I used to believe myself, whatever I wanted, if I wanted to be an astronaut, I was an astronaut and everything.
Yes.
So that's what I think my younger self will be telling me. You're doing great. I'm happy with who you are right now. Just don't forget about keep playing and keep imagining that you are this person, and if you see yourself being an astronaut, that you're gonna be an astronaut, because it's possible.
As children, we always believe we can do a lot of things, and also it's with me in general. My younger self, a child, would be happy with who I am, but saying change some aspects of your personality, which is true.
No, I know it's true, and we all need to change some aspects of our personalities, but I think like in reality they will be happy with us.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah, and for example, you guys, we invite you to do this. What do you think that your younger selves will be telling you right now? Are they happy with who you are right now?
And what would you tell your younger self?
Yes, what would you tell your younger self? I mean, of course, as Sam said at the beginning of the episode, we can't change that. It's already gone. But yeah. No, I mean, what I wanted to say, by the time that you with this exercise of telling yourself, your younger self something, you're going to realize that you haven't changed a lot. Maybe you are telling your younger self this, but in reality, you're telling your right now self that thing, because you also need it.
Exactly. That's what I said with my two things that I said, because I still need to work on some things. But also, you might, whatever you say to your younger self, you might have improved in that aspect, but you can help someone else with that. And also with the question, what would your younger self tell you now? And if your younger self is happy with you, you can also help yourself and be like, wait, but my younger self is right,
Yeah, I think like the problem comes when you realize that your younger self is not happy with who you are. Because if your
Oh, that's
younger
very
self
sad.
is not happy with who you are and you don't think your younger self would play with you, then you're doing something wrong and you need to fix it.
Definitely.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. I think that's what we had prepared, a tiny reflection actually who we are right now. And again, it's an invitation for you, so you kind of do this reflection once again and you think about if you're doing things correct or not. And especially this thing, if your younger self is not happy with who you are right now, then you definitely need to change.
And well, we kindly invite you to do this exercise, and we hope you got some advices from us.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very cute episode.
It was very cute, very personal, but also it's an invitation, as we
Yes.
said, to all of us. And thank you so much, guys, once again for being here. You know where to find us at lovealadijonnaise podcast on Instagram, and lovealadijonnaise basically everywhere.
Everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, everywhere.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, please to subscribe on YouTube, activate
The
the
bell.
notifications, and please just share, and
Share, because as we always say, that's the way you can support your favorite podcast.
Exactly. Have an amazing weekend, and we expect to have you here next weekend with a new topic.
Bye bye.
Bye.